Let's talk about the war that's brewing. And whether people want to admit it or not, whether AEW haters want to admit it or not, this is a preemptive strike. It has to be. I don't know why WWE is in, need of 5 ex-TNA producers, but they are. Okay? Let's talk about the other side. It was reported earlier from Wade Keller today that Dean Ambrose is ready to go. It was reported that his contract was up. He talked to Vince personally, and he said, "It's not about money. I'm leaving. I'm not doing this to bargain a contract with you. I'm done." Okay. About 2 hours ago, tonight is Tuesday, about 7 o'clock on WWE's Twitter, they tweeted it using Dean Ambrose's shoot name, and they said they confirmed it. He's done in April. They wished him well. If you look at Raw last night, he came out, had the little go back and forth with Triple H and Seth Rollins. He lost to Seth Rollins. Then they sent Nia Jax out there, and he basically took the job for Nia Jax on his way out the door.
Did you notice before Nia Jax came down, he was sitting in the chair and he was going to speak to the people. He started to say,
"Yep,
I've been in the WWE for a few years now." Dude, he was going to tell the story.
He said, "When I first signed," and I felt, holy crap, this is a CM Punk moment, and Nia's music
That's what I thought too.
He was immediately cut off because he said, "No, I did that before. That's not happening, pal." Mm-hmm. And out he went. So here's my question. We're talking about agents possibly, as a preemptive strike to AEW. I think it is. Let's talk about talent. Let's talk about this. Let's get into this because everybody's saying, AEW's got no chance. They're going to lose money left and right. They got no chance to compete with Vince. Okay, how about now? Let's talk Dean Ambrose. Let's talk The Shield. Let's talk what did Vince create over the past 10 years that actually stuck. The Shield? What else you got? Maybe the Wyatt family? Okay, one of those Shield members, an ex-champion. As of, 3 weeks ago, an ex-champion. Okay? Multi-time champion. Okay? A guy that's in the ring Monday night going toe-to-toe on a microphone with Triple H like he can hang with him. He's out the door. You're never going to get a Shield reunion again. Okay?
That was beautiful, too, by Dino.
If AEW haters don't think that this is a problem, I guarantee you if AEW doesn't exist, maybe Ambrose stays. Okay? Maybe. But maybe he's that frustrated that he'll just go to New Japan or back to the Indies. But AEW existing, I really think it pushed him to say, 3 months early, yeah, I'm out the door.
Yeah, absolutely. Why wouldn't it? And the contract they offered him was a 5-year deal. He probably looked at that like it was the end of his life. 5 years. That's a jail sentence. Seriously. And listen, if you're out there and you're an AEW doubter, if you really believe that they're just going to go down in a blaze of fire and no one's going to want anything to do with them, let me read you this quote from Dolph Ziggler. I thought this was very interesting. Now, Ziggler did show up at the Royal Rumble, but he was asked specifically what he thought about the prospect of going to AEW. And I'm going to quote him here. "You never know. I think it would be great. I think it would be a great addition to that company, which seems to be for true wrestlers who love the sport and the business. It's a great idea." Bro, if you're Vince McMahon and you read that, that's a problem. Mm-hmm. He said that other company seems to be the company that is going to attract the true wrestlers who love the sport and the business. Dude, that's a flare right there. Vince McMahon is seeing that, I guarantee you.
Let me start off by saying I'm in the minority here. I don't buy it. I'm actually surprised that you guys are believing this. I actually think the whole entire Dean Ambrose thing is a work, actually, because it's interesting to me that like right off the bat, this is to me. I don't know about you guys, but to me, it's weird that WWE would actually acknowledge this on their website and basically report this for like about 2 months earlier than it's supposed to happen. To me, it seems weird, especially the way that it seemed like to me, like last night, or basically, I guess it was Monday, correct?
Yeah, last night.
Yeah,
Monday,
last night, Monday.
Yeah. So to me, it seemed like Stame said, it did sound like he was getting ready to start cutting a big promo there. And to me, if it was a shoot, to me, I think they would have cut his mic. But it seemed like he just kept going for a little bit. And then, of course, Nia Jax came out. But I don't know. It's just weird, like the way that this is happening, because to me it almost seems like they could work it into a storyline. There was even a tweet by No Way Jose earlier today where he said that he wants to fight Ambrose before he leaves, and to me right there, that automatically kind of leads me to think that it might be a work. Now I'll admit that it certainly could be legitimate that he could be leaving, because honestly, the way that he's been booked lately, wouldn't blame him in the slightest if he does want to get the hell out of there. But to me, like everything, the way everything is going right now, I honestly think it's easily a work. Honestly.
You know, it's funny because I did think about the aspect of whether or not it was a work. And the thing that kind of convinced me that it wasn't was this latest tweet by the WWE where they referred to him by his real name, Jonathan Good. I can't see them doing that if he was going to stay on. I just have a hard time with that. Now, maybe they will. I mean, it happened before with CM Punk, but there were different circumstances there. That's when Punk got himself in trouble with Glad and all that stuff. And WWE kind of sold to Glad that, you know, Punk was leaving. And of course he didn't. He didn't leave in 2011. He stayed till 2014. There's a little bit different situation here. We'll see what happens. But to me, it doesn't even matter if Ambrose would go or not. I still think there will be an exodus of people, because now there is a chance. There's some hope. There's somewhere that they can go.
Of course, I completely agree. I just kind of find it weird, though, that some of these reports that are coming out that people aren't happy there. Some of them are. It seems like they turn out to be false or something. It's very weird.
Well, that's the thing we're going to have to watch, because, see, here's the thing. With the dirt sheets, they're going to start going crazy about everybody. And if there's somebody working them, if they do have sources, they will get worked. I mean, we've seen it before. We've seen it for years.
Absolutely.
But the thing is, there will be an exodus, like Stame said, in my opinion. Now, the Ambrose thing, could it be a work? Yes. But two things sold me on it, because when I first heard about it with Keller, I thought, I don't know. I don't trust him because he does get worked by people. Then I started thinking about what happened on Raw last night to his character. Then I saw the WWE 2 hours ago tweet out his real name. And I thought to myself, you know, that would be cool if they worked a reality angle like that. I can't see them ever doing it again. Because, you know what? CM Punk for a moment became bigger than the company. And it seems like when you watch their booking, especially since CM Punk, guys get hot, guys get red hot, guys get white hot, and he pulls them back. Yeah. And to me, that's because he doesn't want them bigger than the company. If he would go full bore with Ambrose right now, setting up a Triple H Ambrose Mania match, and they're going to do a CM Punk type thing, he's pissed off, he's going to go out and start work shooting on the mic. Would that be good? Probably. It would probably be good for Ambrose. But I don't see them ever doing that again, because CM Punk got way too hot.
Bro, when Daniel Bryan started to get white hot, they pushed him back down. Vince McMahon has already said it. Nobody is bigger than the company. He says it. So, again, could it be a work? Absolutely it could. I just don't, with putting his name out there, I don't think it is. Jack Swagger's out there wanting to go to, he's saying some things about AEW too. So
my question to you guys, though, is why do you think they would announce it 3 months early? Because it's basically the end of January. We still have February, March, and then, of course, April is when his contract apparently expires.
I'm wondering if they don't have anything else for him. We'll see. Now, if he starts a program with Triple H, like Hollywood said, that's another story. But if he was in the ring last night ready to launch a pipe bomb type promo, they send out Nia Jax and Tamina, who I understand from reading a story from Ambrose, he's very good friends with Tamina. That may have been something that the company did to stop everything in its tracks. Bro, maybe he's done. Maybe they're just letting you know. In 3 months, we're not renewing him. You're not going to see him anymore, and that's that. Now, last night he had the match with Seth Rollins, essentially ending their feud, I would think.
I would agree with that. I would agree with that, especially if he's moving on with Brock. But I'll to answer your question, Saint, I'll throw this out at you. If that conversation did take place between him and McMahon, and then Wade Keller is reporting on it today, and people are tweeting at WWE asking the question today, does Vince just get pissed off enough to say, you know what? Put it out. Put it out. The son of a bitch is done anyway.
And it's not just that. He saw what happened with Punk. Is he going to take that chance again to give Dean Ambrose the platform in his ring to do whatever he wants to do? Does he trust Dean Ambrose that much?
Now, I think we're going to know, Saint, come next Monday.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to know immediately if this is a work or a shoot, but we got to see it.
Yeah, of course. The crazy thing, though, too, is like you guys said before, they offered him 5 years. That is a lot of time in a professional athlete's career. I think that might have bit them in the ass by offering him such a long contract, because I think in this day and age, especially with all the different promotions out there, nobody wants to commit to something so long-term like that.
But you can't blame WWE if they're sensing that there's another company coming in. They may try for these longer contracts now. They didn't have to do that in the past. And they've been doing the 1 and 2 year deals. Hell, they'll renew Brock Lesnar for 6 months. Well, now they're in a different position because now there's another billionaire, another quote unquote money mark coming into the picture that could buy some talent. Vince McMahon can't take that chance. He doesn't lock a guy up for 5 years. That's a good thing now. Maybe 2 years ago, that wasn't such a good thing. Wasn't a great business move. He didn't need to do it. But now, a little different situation.
You know, the final point I wanted to make too, and I just remembered it, in that Keller article, he mentioned, like, there was a phrase. He said, Dean doesn't like the hokey shit.
Right.
Now, whoever...
Yeah, I read that as well.
Yeah, if that's a friend of Ambrose that's leaking that information to Keller, whatever. If it was Ambrose himself, I could see somebody saying that, and I can see it to be true because, let's face it, from what John Moxley was to what Dean Ambrose is, I can't imagine a guy that was running around on the indies doing what John Moxley was doing could be happy about, you know, the plastic plant in the ring that he was talking to. Mm-hmm. Like, his version of crazy is a lot different than Vince McMahon's version. And I got to think, if you're a guy stuck in that, like him, like, dude, he's not a normal dude. You could see it when he's having conversations, like real conversations on the network and the Austin podcast. He's not a regular dude. So I got to think that could be true. That could be very well true.